How do you know what's the right action? So a lot of people are taking action, and just taking action does not necessarily help you to achieve what you want. So let's imagine that you wanted to go to Paris. You could take lots of action. You could go to the store and buy a bag of dog food, right? You could do jumping jacks. You could sweep the floor. You could uh, run a mile. You could take lots of action, but is that necessarily helping you to achieve your goal of going to Paris? And doesn't seem likely to me that any of those things are leading to you achieving your goal. So just asking whether you need to take action or how much focus should be put on action, I don't think is the right question. I think it really depends on what your goal is and what is necessary in order to achieve that. So in in when you have a desire, then the very first thing to do is to put your attention on the desired outcome and to imagine that until you have sufficient clarity about what exactly it is, and that you can do that in a way that feels natural and real for you. Along the way, you're going to need to release the limiting beliefs that you have, uh, and any other negative interference. Like if you're if you're getting sucked into negative states because of relationships, then you need to release those negative energy cords. So you need to do that stuff. Then what that will help you with is to have clarity about what action, if any, is necessary. So when it comes to manifesting things, then there's a spectrum. Some of it is what you would consider to be action that you're going to take. And on the other end of that spectrum is what you might consider to be magical, where things just happen. So let's say you have use this same idea of wanting to go to Paris. So if you want to go to Paris, then there could be certain actions that you would take, like you would book your flight and reserve your hotel rooms and maybe get arrange transportation to get to the airport and all these different kinds of things. So those would be actions that you could take. On the other hand, there could be what would be you might consider to be magical results, where maybe out of the blue you get notified that you have just won a free trip to Paris, and that you have a personal travel assistant who's going to make all the arrangements for you, who's going to come pick you up in a private vehicle to take you to the airport, and they're going to take care of all the booking and everything. So it could happen either way. It could happen through your actions. It could happen through magical, or some combination of the two. So again, the first step is to get clear on what you want, put your attention on it consistently, remove all of the interference. When you do that, then what will happen is the things that can happen and will happen magically will happen. And then anything that you need to do will become clear to you. So in many cases, there will be actions that you need to take, but you need to know which actions to take, not just taking actions, but you need to know which actions. And that's only going to come to you through doing the work of what I've described first.